Hello and welcome in Up South today on this South show. And today we are starting the show with a very tragic incident which took place in Kurnool of Andhra Pradesh at NH44, in which several people have lost lives. So far, 11 dead bodies has been recovered. We will explain about that story. We will inform about the development related to that this tragic incident. We are also joined by my colleague from Bangalore, from Chennai, and from the accident spot. We'll directly go to Uma Sudin. She is there at NH44 at the accident spot. She will explain about the tragic incident which took place early this morning.
Thank you, Ashish. I'm here on NH44, where behind me you can see that ill-fated bus that met with the accident, and it is in the front of the bus that the two-wheeler had in fact come under the bus. And how many meters it travelled along with it? Had it already broken down in that area, and was it carried for about 100 to 200 meters? That is not clear. But I just spoke with the district SP Vikrant Patil, who in fact told us that the bike had travelled some distance. By the time the driver noticed that there were sparks, he stopped the bus and he woke up the other driver, who was in fact sleeping in the bus, and they got off, and one of them fled away and the other in fact had tried to help the other passengers. The front of the bus in fact has the door with the snapping of certain wires, and it's a hydraulic system that works. The door, I believe, had got jammed, and not just that, the fire had already spread there because huge fuel tanks are there. Almost 350 liters of fuel tanks are there, and the passengers were there. It's not as though it's the passengers in the front of the bus who managed to who were caught in this unfortunate accident and the rest managed to survive at the back. No, it didn't happen like that, because there is also asphyxiation that happened. So much of smoke that started billowing from the fire that caught up. All of that is combustible material, as you can see. But there have been 19 bodies that have been recovered so far of the passengers of the bus, and including the biker, the person who was on the two-wheeler. He has also died, and therefore 20 is the confirmed figure of the number of deaths that the police have told us about. And many of the others are in fact recovering in the hospital. Thankfully, those who managed to break the glass emergency doors and get out, they have suffered only minor injuries like glass cuts and minor fracture and so on. Let's listen into some of the reactions of not just the survivors but also the political leaders who have been reacting to this very, very horrific tragedy. From the Prime Minister to the Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, opposition leader Jagan Mohan Reddy, the President as well, everyone has reacted to this horrific tragedy in which people were returning home after Diwali celebrations in Hyderabad, were caught in this very, very unfortunate and tragic accident. Let's listen in to these voices.
3-3:30 ప్రాంతంలో జరుగుతుందండి. ఎలా జరిగిందో నాకు తెలీదు. నేను లేచేటప్పటికి మంటలు వచ్చేసినాయి. వితిన్ సెకండ్స్ లో మొత్తం స్ప్రెడ్ అయిపోయింది. వెనక వైపు డోర్ పగలగొట్టుంటే దాంట్లో నుంచి దూకేశాను. ఆ దూకే ప్రాసెస్ లో దెబ్బ తగిలింది.
ఉంటాను ముసాబిర్లో బస్ ఎక్కా. బెంగళూరులో ఒక జాబ్ ఇంటర్వ్యూ పర్పస్ మీద నేను బెంగళూరుకి వెళ్ళిపోతుంది. నైట్ అరౌండ్ 2:45 కి బస్ లో మంటలు రావడం స్టార్ట్ అయినాయి. సో ఒక బైక్ వచ్చేసి బస్ కి సంథింగ్ ఏదో అయ్యింది. ఏమైందంటే మాకు క్లారిటీ లేదు. అప్పుడు ఏమైందంటే బైక్ బస్ కిందకి వెళ్ళిపోవడం జరిగింది. దానివల్ల స్పార్క్స్ రావడం వల్ల మంట రావడం స్టార్ట్ అయింది. ఇంకా వెంటనే అందరూ చూసుకొని దిగాల్సిన వాళ్ళు దిగిపోయి సేఫ్ అవ్వాల్సిన వాళ్ళు సేఫ్ అయిపోయి ఇదే జరిగింది. నా పేరు సూర్య.
हैदराबाद से बेंगलुरु जा रहे थे तो लगभग 3 बजे एक गाड़ी आया था, वो सामने आया था, ये धक्का दिया था। तो क्या हुआ ना, वो बाइक वाला वो मार्केट के बाहर गिर गया, वो मर गया। तो ये गाड़ी है ना बस के नीचे गया था। ये वो क्या किया ना, वो ड्रैग करके गए ड्राइवर वाला। तो फ्लेम्स आया था आगे से फ्लेम्स आने के बाद क्या हुआ ना, तो वो देखा और वो रुका दिया वो बस ड्राइवर, और बिना इन्फॉर्म करने वो चले गया। वो सब लोग बोल रहे थे हेल्प बोल के, तो मैं सो रहा था उस समय, तो उठा था मैं, तो विंडो के बाहर देखा था तो फ्लेम्स था बस के ऊपर और बाहर। तो सब लोग पैनिक सिचुएशन में इमरजेंसी एग्जिट डोर है ना उधर जा रहे थे।
तो वही हम लोग हैदराबाद से निकला, मैं लकड़ी का पुल से बैठा अराउंड 2:40 के आसपास बस रुकी। मतलब मैं उठा, फिर मतलब बस एक्सीडेंट हुआ ऐसा कुछ लगा मेरे को, तो मैं उठा, बाहर देखा तो आग लगी हुई थी आगे फ्रंट में और थोड़ा लेफ्ट साइड में, मतलब लेफ्ट साइड में ऊपर सीट थी मेरी। तो ऐसी नॉर्मल विंडो था, उसको ब्रेक करा हम लोगों ने, फिर मतलब पंच मारा, किक मारा, फिर ये ऐसे धक्का दिया, हेड बट किया। फिर जैसे जैसे ओपन हुआ तब तक बहुत सारा स्मोक आ रहा था आगे, लाइक फायर स्प्रेड हो रही थी बहुत। फिर विंडो ब्रेक हुआ, हम लोगों ने ऊपर से जंप किया, वो काफ़ी ऊपर है विंडो, तो कुछ लोग उधर भी बेहोश हो गए थे ऊपर से गिर के। तो उन लोगों को खींच के हम लोग साइड में लेके आए, स्मोक आ रहा था, फायर बढ़ रही है। अराउंड 10-11 लोग पीछे से निकले, कुछ 4-5 लोग साइड से निकले, ड्राइवर साइड से विंडो से, बाकी जो लोग हैं।
Today morning at around 3 a.m. In the morning, a very unfortunate incident took place in the Kurnool. Private travels bus traveling from Hyderabad to Bangalore collided head-on with a motorcycle coming in the wrong direction. And the point of combustion was the fuel tank of the motorcycle, from which the fire spread rapidly inside the bus. The people traveling in the bus got stranded, or around 19 people with the driver could save by breaking open the glasses at all, and we could save 19 people. So remaining 21 people we need to ascertain. Till late now 19 bodies have been recovered. So in the bus there was officially 39 people's details were there. One person got into the bus in Aramgarh whose details are not yet. So we are in the process of ascertaining the data.
Today what has happened, I think there is some mischief or negligence what has happened. A thorough inquiry has to be done, and I fully pray God, because it is not a small incident in the history of recent times. Such incidents should not have occurred. So we will ask the concerned government to have a thorough inquiry in this, and we should have a precautionary measure with all such type of incidents.
The administration here has very swiftly reacted and has taken measures in shifting these 12 people to government hospital. Out of these 12 people, 11 people are healthy, and one person who has jumped from the upper berth is a bit critical, but he is also receiving adequate medical treatment and medical attention. And one more thing, many people, many bodies have been charred and burnt inside the bus. And Health Ministry has ordered here to conduct postmortem and require DNA test here itself. As you can see here, there is a camp, and there are forensic experts and doctors who are conducting the DNA test for the people who are charged here. And all this process has been done in a very fast manner, and the bodies will be identified and they will be soon given to the relatives.
So investigators are now trying to piece together what exactly happened. The remains of the bodies have been taken. There are still some bones that are left, and those are also being collected. Let's take a look at what exactly transpired in the early hours of today when the accident happened. We also have chatted with Kurnool District Collector Dr. A. Siri, who explains that a door had got jammed, because of which people had to in fact break the emergency doors in order to get out. And we are also talking about the journey for those people who have lost their loved ones, and they now have to come here and give DNA samples so that the matching can be done and the bodies can be handed over. Let's take a look. We are here in front of the bus that met with the horrific accident in which more than 20 people now are confirmed to have been killed. This is the driver's seat that you're seeing. This is a Scania vehicle belonging to Kaveri Travels, and it started from Hyderabad at 10:30 in the night, and subsequently you can see in fact the remains of a bike that actually came under the bus itself, and we understand that that's where the spark happened, and that is where the fire actually started. And as you can see, everything, this is in fact a sleeper bus, and that's why you are seeing those racks there, and everything inside, including the combustible material of foam, because it's an AC bus, then there is the cotton, all of that has in fact been charred. There are teams of the AP Forensic Science Laboratories, the evidence response team, which is now collecting samples, and we do understand that not only cloth samples, but also this is of course the luggage chamber, and therefore you will have all the remains of what people were carrying in terms of the clothes and other belongings of them, but I do understand that there are also certain bone remains that they were trying to retrieve from those areas, because this is of forensic evidence that they need to collect, and that's the reason they have these polythene covers in which the samples are now being collected by the teams. There are, of course, whatever that remained from that very horrific fire. So there were at least 42 people that we know were there in this bus. The drivers have escaped. The driver and the extra driver have escaped, and one of them is already in police custody. What we do understand from the survivors is that the from the back of the bus, where in fact there is a glass that had to be broken, and only then they were able to escape. What I must point out here is that the front door, the collector Dr. Siri has told us that the front door actually got jammed because the wires that connect to it were jammed, and that is how the front door could not be opened, and it became a fire trap. And of course, there's not more than a few minutes that the people were able to get, because of the kind of combustible material, inflammable material that was there all over the place, and that is what made the fire spread so fast. What I must point out is also the escape route. The only place from where they escaped is actually the back of the bus, where they broke the glass, and from there some people were able to come out. The name of one, Mr. Ramesh, has been mentioned, that he is the one who broke the glass and was able to make people jump out of this area, because of which at least we have more survivors than could have otherwise happened. This is the area from where they have jumped. What the survivors are also telling us is that because it was a sleeper bus and everyone had gotten very late, there is no time really for them to see who is there in and who is not there inside. So there is privacy that these kind of buses offer, because they are sleeper buses. But no one expected that this kind of terrible tragedy would be struck on them the day after they were traveling after a holiday at home for Diwali. Most residents happen to be from Hyderabad. That's the help desk that's been set up at the accident site by the Kurnool District Administration, the District SP and the Collector and their teams here at work. Forensic teams also coming in, because many of the bodies are also now beyond recognition, and these ambulances have come in because they are going to be carrying the mortal remains of whatever was left in the buses after 11 bodies were taken out. The rest simply impossible to identify because they are all charred, and they had to be packed in packets and then sent to the hospitals for forensic examination, for post-mortem as well. And ma'am, if I may just ask you, this is a collector, Dr. Siri of Kurnool District. 21 deaths is what we understand. What is the condition of the injured as of now?
Totally, there are 46 passengers who are traveling in the bus. 19 bodies have been found as of now, so it's not 21, it's 19. 27 are safe. So we have spoken to their relatives and we have arranged 3 control rooms also in the near the spot, one at GGH and one in the collectorate. So the relatives, we have asked the relatives to come to GGH so that they can give their hair or blood for forensic samples to yes, for DNA analysis. So we have already completed the post-mortem. As you can see, the bodies are
remains actually which are probably beyond recognition, that had to be packed like that so that DNA matching can be done and can be handed over to the families that are right now grieving, but they would need to come here so that the samples can be collected by the forensic teams and the matching can be done. Those are the remains of the bodies of people who were traveling on that ill-fated bus, because they are charred beyond recognition and not in a recognizable form. That's why they have been packed in the cloth, in the white cloth, and now being taken to the mortuary here at the hospital. The family members have been asked, whoever is missing a family member has been asked to give their body samples as well, and then a forensic analysis will be done, and DNA samples will be taken from the family members, biological family members, and then they will be matched so that the mortal remains can be handed over to the family members. This is, of course, a very, very traumatic time for the family. Such a horrific accident. Most of these people had come home after Diwali and were going back perhaps to work. One person we met, for instance, Jayant Kushwaha, who's originally from Madhya Pradesh, Indore, has been living in Hyderabad for the last 10 to 12 years and had in fact just travelled before Diwali on exactly the same bus. He says even the same seat, and it is around 3 that he noticed that something fire was had broken out, and that's when he started escaping by trying to break the glass, because he says there is no hammer available. He does not even understand how he managed to break the glass to get out, because the escape from the front was not possible and none of the doors was opening, and therefore it was a fire trap, and he feels extremely lucky that he was able to survive this accident. But of course, for all those families who have lost a loved one, this is a horrific